I'm Dr. Ho, teach TESOL like a pro.
Today, we're leveling up your ESL, EFL classroom with tabletop games. That's right, no more boring lectures that make even your coffee fall asleep. We're transforming your classroom into a full-blown language battle arena where students actually beg to participate. TESOL astronauts, fasten your seatbelts. Our tabletop rocket is about to launch.
Finally, students get to fight with words instead of fists. Verbs will soar, pronouns will shine, and everyone's confidence will skyrocket after surviving the preposition challenge.
First, let's peek into a real EFL classroom using tabletop games, just to prove I'm not making this up.
Do it again. It's not spinning, yo.
See that energy? See that focus? No candy bribes. No TikTok blackmail. Just good, clean, English-fueled fun. That's what real learning looks like.
And maybe a little flirting. I'll trade you my verb card if you promise to sit next to me.
Before we jump into designing tabletop games for ESL, EFL classes, let's take a quick look at the theory behind it. Tabletop games fit perfectly with Communicative Language Teaching, CLT for short. They help learners use language in real, interactive, culturally rich, and skillful ways. Plus, they boost nonverbal communication skills like body language, eye contact, and smooth turn-taking.
Basically, all the stuff you need for a first date and a job interview. Priorities.
In class, students get to collaborate, solve problems, and negotiate meaning all while sharpening both their fluency and accuracy in English.
Negotiating meaning sounds suspiciously like what I did to convince my last date that Netflix and chill meant actual Netflix.
Tabletop games bring in authentic materials such as travel itineraries, menus, social media posts, train, bus, and flight schedules, maps, medical receipts, shopping catalogs, traffic signs, you name it. Students level up their fluency and accuracy while actually using English the way it's meant to be used, for real communication.
Because finding your soulmate sometimes starts with misreading the dessert menu and laughing about it. And honestly, if you can survive ordering dessert in English without starting a food fight, you're basically married.
Now, what's your role as a teacher? You're a conductor leading an orchestra, not a drill sergeant from a boot camp. You explain the simple rules, keep it under 5 minutes, and then unleash your students.
Simple rules, like don't exchange phone numbers between turns. Focus on the game. For now,
students' role: they collaborate, compete, laugh, argue, and practice English without realizing it's an assignment.
plus, you finally find out who's a master of bluffing, and maybe who's just trying to impress their crush across the table.
Alright, let's get real about pros and cons. First, the good stuff. Studies show that tabletop games make learning English way more fun and way more effective. Gamified learning leads to better outcomes in vocabulary, listening comprehension, speaking fluency, and reading skills. The immersive nature lets students actually use English in real-life contexts, which supercharges their development. And instant feedback, absolute gold for language learning. Plus, it's not just for kids. Even college students get hooked when learning feels like a game. And motivation? Through the roof. When students are laughing bluffing and arguing about the rules, guess what? They're speaking English without even realizing it.
Also, tabletop games, the #1 cause of fake betrayals and real friendships. Choose your teammates wisely.
But the downside? Yeah, real talk, games don't prepare themselves. You'll be printing, cutting, setting up, and questioning all your life choices somewhere around hour 3.
Late nights, glue sticks, and existential dread. Welcome to the club.
The good news? Design is smart, and you can reuse the same game across different classes, topics, and even subjects. Just swap out the question banks. And if you use AI like ChatGPT, making new games will take about as long as ordering coffee at Starbucks. Seriously. All right, that wraps up the theory part. Now, ready to actually build your own ESL, EFL tabletop game? Here's the deal. There are educational board games out there, sure. But most of them are stuck with one theme and can only be used once. They don't really work across different classes, levels, or subjects. So what happens? Teachers end up buying a bunch of different games and spending way too much money. The good news? If you follow a few key principles, you won't need to do that. You can design one flexible, reusable game that works across units, grades, even subjects. First, sustainability and reusability. We designed a game system you can reuse across different classes, topics, and grade levels. It's based on communicative language teaching with flexible materials and blank question banks you can easily customize. No need to buy a new game every time, just swap the content. It saves time, saves money, and keeps things fun. Second, review time. The main point of this tabletop game, helping students review and lock in what they've learned. It's perfect for quick review sessions after you finish a unit. Students answer questions from the question banks, which helps boost their memory, motivation, and confidence without feeling like you're taking another test. Third, English should be used throughout the game, including during transitions. Encourage students to use simple, functional phrases like, roll the dice. Who goes first? Whose turn is it? It's my turn. It's your turn. It's his, her turn. You won. You lost. Count your money. Fourth, time management. A review tabletop game should take about 30 minutes of your class time. Here's the breakdown. 1. Explaining rules. 5 minutes. Keep the rules simple, clear, and quick. You should be able to explain everything in 5 minutes or less. Stick to familiar mechanics across different games so students stay excited but don't have to relearn a brand new system every time. 2. Gameplay, 20 minutes. The game session itself should run for about 20 minutes. Plenty of time for students to argue about who's winning in English, of course. 3. Reward ceremony, 5 minutes. Spend the last 5 minutes handing out prizes to the top 2 players at each table. Prizes can be exam bonus points for midterms or finals, or simple stuff like lollipops, chocolates, or stationery. Inexpensive, but highly effective. 5th, budget control. Good news, you don't have to break the bank to run these games. Each tabletop game set should cost around NT $100 per table. That's about $3 to $4 US. One set covers about 3 to 5 students. So for a class of 30 to 40 students, you'll need about 6 to 8 sets, which adds up to NT $600 to $800 total, or roughly 20 to 25 US dollars. Affordable, reusable, teacher sanity approved. 6th, classroom management. Let's keep things smooth and sane. First of all, assign a group leader at each table. They'll be in charge of handing out and collecting the game materials. Give them bonus points or a small reward. They've earned it. If you don't, every game session ends with you digging through the lost and found. And somehow, that game set will always be missing one card, just like your socks. Next, enforce an English-only policy during the game. If someone slips into their native language, deduct points or fine them with toy money as a fun penalty. Make it fun, but make it stick. Finally, whoever has the most points or the most game money wins prizes, medals, bonus points, bragging rights, you name it. Alright, let's build your own ESL, EFL tabletop game step by step. I'll be your guide, and ChatGPT will be your co-pilot. Skyrocket mode reactivated. We've taken the world's most iconic board game, Monopoly, and added an educational twist. Now we're turning it into a fun, flexible review tool for your English classroom. And guess what? You don't have to start from scratch. I'll pin the magic prompt in the comments below. Just copy, paste, and let ChatGPT do the heavy lifting. Teachers, give it a try and make it your own. First, sketch a rough version of your game board on paper. Then, take a photo of your sketch and upload it to ChatGPT, along with the prompt below. ChatGPT will help you turn it into a fully designed game board. Prompt: design a printable educational board game inspired by Monopoly for ESL, EFL classroom use. Up next, the game rule card. Prompt: design a printable game rule card for an ESL, EFL board game titled ESL, EFL Millionaires. No toy money lying around? No problem. Just ask ChatGPT to make your own custom design and classroom ready. Prompt: please create printable play money for a board game called ESL, EFL Millionaires. After AI helps you design the board, it's prop time. We recommend 3 to 5 players per group and about 6 full sets if you've got around 30 students in your class. Here's what you'll need per table. Now, don't worry, you don't have to burn the midnight oil cutting question cards one by one. Just prep approximately 2 pairs of safety scissors per table and let each group cut up their own question cards the first time they play. Then, toss the cards into a small envelope for that table. That way, the next time you use this game with another class, or even lend it to a colleague, you just pull out the ready-to-go question bank envelopes and boom, you're set. Want to switch things up for a different unit? Just print a new set of question cards. The ESL, EFL Millionaires board stays the same, reusable, reliable, classroom tested. Our tabletop game is all set. Let's walk through what it would look like when students play it in class, using Restaurant English as our sample question bank. Alright, who wants to go first?
Let's roll.
Move 5 spaces. You landed on chance.
Alright, bring it on. What would you like to order? I would like to order a burger and fries, please.
Correct! You win $1,000.
Money, money, money.
My turn.
1, 2, 3. You landed on fate.
Okay, let's see. What entree would you like to order? I like to order ice cream.
Wait, that's not an entree. That's dessert.
Busted.
Sorry, wrong answer. You lose $1,000 to the next player, which is me.
Take it, Chloe. You earned it.
My turn.
1, 2. Uh-oh. You landed on jail.
Oh no. Skip your next turn.
At least I still have Amy's money.
After a few more rounds. Alright, time's up. Everyone, count your money. I have only $3,000 left.
I've got $9,000.
And I have $8,000 even after going to jail.
Great job, everyone. Ben is our winner. Here's your prizee, a golden chocolate medal.
Because nothing tastes sweeter than victory, except maybe real dessert.
Let's talk about what this means for us teachers. During the game, you can walk around and check in on groups. But let's be real, you can't sit with every table the whole time. So yes, sometimes students will mess up their sentence or answer and no one corrects them. But don't worry, I've got 2 tricks for that. 1, mix proficiency levels at each table. Don't let all your strong students huddle together like a grammar cult. Mix them up. That way your higher level students can help guide the others and keep things on track.
Also, nothing humbles a top student like realizing their classmates' English is better in tabletop game mode.
2, use the next player advantage rule. This one is fun if the next player catches a mistake from the person before them, they get a bonus. Points, game cash, teacher applause, whatever works. It keeps everyone on their toes and turns grammar sniping into a sport.
Honestly, students get way more excited about catching English mistakes when there's money involved. Same here.
Tabletop games can transform your ESL, EFL classroom. They create motivation, spark interaction, and foster genuine communication, all without draining your wallet or your will to teach. Feeling inspired? Ready to roll up your sleeves and create your own tabletop game? What theme would you use? And what English content do you want your students to review while playing? Tell me all about it in the comments.
Alright, that's enough nerd talk. Next video? Depends if I'm dating or hibernating. Bye.